Hi everyone, this is the Psychic Sleuth, and I'm back again with another video. I know it's been a little bit, but I had surgery and so I had to take a break for a couple weeks. So I want to start off with saying that, I am human and I am bound to make mistakes sometimes. All psychics are human, all mediums are human. I may be accurate, have been accurate in the past and am accurate, but that doesn't mean that I'll always be accurate. I may mess up sometimes or from time to time. So, with that being said, there's a few things on my mind that came through I'm going to go over before I go into the AutoWrite. And the same thing applies, no negative comments. I appreciate the like, shares. I appreciate all of the supports. I think we're up to like 233 subscribers, and I'm really, really thankful for that. And I'm really thankful for all the positive remarks that I've gotten, all the positive support that I've gotten, and everybody that's behind me. It really does mean a lot. I mean, together we can, do the best that we can for the girls. And I mean all the girls. I mean everyone that, all the cases, everyone that's been affected by these particular people. With that being said, so I want to mention that, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. I'm trying to have the most respect for the family, and I'm trying to have the most respect for the girls, as well as getting the information out there because, I know the cops aren't going to listen to me. I know no one else is going to really listen to me, and this is the only way that I can give the girls a voice. So that is why I do what I do. So I guess I will start now with kind of what I was feeling, and then we'll go into the AutoWrite. Okay, so sometimes I relax and information on the case will come to me. So as you know, I've been down and out, but my mind is kind of always on the case. And I know Libby is with me a lot because I hear her say adorbs when I'm wanting to write adorable. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, that's a common word and yada, yada, yada. I have never said adorbs one day in my life until I started hearing it in my head. And so I know it was coming from her or one of the girls, but I kept hearing it. Every time I would want to write adorable, I kept hearing adorbs. And I was like, what the heck? I've never even heard that before. I stay in my own little bubble. I didn't even know that was a saying until I started hearing it in my head. So, that being said, even if she's only said it a few times, it's still a validation. Okay? I was talking to someone the other day, and I got that Libby was pregnant, the pregnant one. This was confirmed by head to toe strong chills. And these were chills that are my truth telling chills. I know some chills are spirits, some chills, mean something else. These are my truth telling chills. And I wasn't the only one that got them. Okay? And for me to just come up with that out of the thin air, it's not just something I would think about because I was trying to feel like neither one of them were. That it was just what people were saying. I always felt that Libby was the intended victim, but there is a fourth party involved. I'm not just sure who yet. It may be family or not, but whoever Libby was pregnant by is the one. He paid the serial killer hitman, who is found in the Satanic Mason groups. He's known as a specialist. This man does take care of hits. He's the one I get most of the information on. I do believe he's connected to Lyric and Lizzie in Iowa because I feel that was a hit for non-payment and some other shady stuff. This is why I seem to be able to pick up on him so much on him. I do feel he works from time to time with the older blonde guy with blue eyes, and that guy has, the deep set wrinkles on his cheeks. They are a team. And when it's needed, I guess you can call them both serial killers. They do things a certain way to sort of send a message, but also due to the dark arts. I believe they are involved in the hit in Texas, which is another case I was connecting, because that girl was also pregnant. Too much of the psychic impression is in that case matched mine. I also know that he is connected to the others he's done on his own. I feel he's a businessman of some sort, or maybe his killing is his business. I saw an envelope pass from one man to the other, and I heard this can't be traced back to me. And the other man said no. I also feel like the date was sort of a message. I feel like Libby was meant to be killed on the 14th, but she fought too hard, so the 13th is unlucky. But if you think about Valentine's Day, this was sort of a message from her so-called Valentine, if you understand what I mean. Those are my impressions as of late. And it just, hopefully it will be verified. A lot of it will be verified. I don't think that anybody will really ever be able to verify if she was pregnant or not. I think it was the very, very, very early stages. I don't even know if it would show up on anything, but this feels right. And I forgot to mention that BG is the roundup, so he helped get the girls to the other two men. I feel maybe that's where the truck driving comes in. And I also forgot to mention that I was reminded that there was a silver watch on one wrist, and I feel it was like the left wrist, or it looks like the left wrist. Okay, now here's the AutoWrite. I would like to speak to the girls. Girls, I need more insight into what happened to you and who might have committed this horrible act and who's behind it. At this time, I keep hearing the name Justin. Sounds like repeating over and over. Remember, names come in as connections as well. They also come in sounding like or the name or the initial. So it's like a sounding name. But I kept hearing it's repeating, so that's why I kind of think it might be that name. Sorry. Remember, names come in as connections, as I said. Sorry, I lost my place. Libby is always the strongest that comes through. She is saying, "You are right, Michelle. I actually was the one that made you feel all that you have been feeling lately. I was the one pregnant, but just barely. I was the intended target. I'm hearing boisterous again. I know that has come through again. I know it came through before. I trusted him, He made me feel like he would never hurt me. At the same time, I never allowed him to do what he did. I always trusted him, but that trust was tainted. He took advantage of me. Then, when he was done, he threw me away like trash. At this time, I feel pain in the left side of my head. He's making me feel as if I was hit if she was hit at one point in the head. It's towards the front. I was going to tell only because I needed help and advice. I never wanted him to go to jail, although that is what he deserved. At this time, I get the number 35. I believe it's an age. I'm feeling either in the family or very close ties to the family. I see the vision again of an envelope being passed from one man to another. I only see their hands shake and hear, "This can't be traced back to me," and the one guy saying, "No." The guy that says this can't be traced back to me is wearing a silver watch on what looks like his left hand. The guys that carried out this are not amateurs. They were found in circles that this man was a part of secretly. These men are known very widely in these circles for what they do, especially the one guy. He is called the specialist because he is good at what he does. It's a special skill he has, or he says. At this time, I'm being shown him sharpening his knives. There are many cases connected to him, right? This is how Lyric and Lizzie fit in. He has done many hits, but he also has to kill, so he kills on his own. Sometimes he works with his partner, sometimes he doesn't. At this time, I kind of trying to feel who BG is. I'm shown rain boots and what looks like a factory. I also hear diesel engines in the background. I'm not sure what kind of place this is. I'm shown a fish, so I'm not sure on that either. I'm hearing the month of October is significant. The men that took out this order were paid. They tried to make it look like something it wasn't. This is why it's such a mystery. My poor sister, and that's what she calls her, Abigail, just got caught in the middle. She really wasn't supposed to be there, so I feel really bad about that. Still, she does not blame me. She says she would rather be here with me than there without me. Bless her heart. At this time, I'm seeing the clock with a 3 o'clock on it. I'm not sure why. I'm also hearing a whistle. I don't know if it's a railroad whistle or a boat or something like that. And I'm hearing harbor. We know that a lot of this may be hard to take in. It honestly seems like it's a huge web that needs to be unraveled. Like we have said before, it seems like out of the realm of possibilities. We can assure you it is not. Rochelle, we picked you to help us because we knew your voice would be heard. After all, this is your path. At this time, I'm shown a rock. Looks like looks kind of big. It looks like it may mark something. She's showing me finger painting. I don't know if this is how her artsy her artsy is this how she started her artistry or not. Libby says she wanted to be an artist. She says, sure, I wasn't the best, but I loved art. It was my passion, and I was only getting better. At this time, she shows me a diary with a lock on it, and then puts her finger over her lips and says, shh. So this may be either hers or her sister's. Getting a C sounding name, but it is all she says. But you know the way the C sounds, how it makes the K sound? It's like K. That's like what I hear is K. I'm hearing acrobatics, not really sure if that means someone enjoyed tumbling from time to time. I'm hearing something about a museum as well. I'm asking her to take me back to this man, the man behind it all. Well, we can tell you he hasn't been under anyone else's suspicion. He has not been a POI, and he hasn't even been questioned. I had kept the secret, but I no longer was going to. She shows me a man with brown hair, looks to have blue eyes, and in his 30s. I really think that was an age earlier. She shows me shorts and a t-shirt and tennis shoes. She says that he was a trusted friend. This is the last one anyone would suspect, but people are starting to open their eyes to the truth and look closer to home. In this instance, I find that to find them, they do. But to find the specialist at his partner, they need to look further from home. As far as BG, well, he's not from Delphi, but we can say he's from somewhere in Indiana. Many others will take the fall before they will allow the specialist to be caught. I'm hearing Amherst. I don't even know if that's a place. I'm hearing what sounds like Alex or Alexander. I'm also shown Bubbles, so I don't know if she liked to blow them as a young child, or they blew them together at one time. Also shown like jean short overalls, but mostly she shows me lots of purple, and again confirms that we are alike and that's her favorite color. She shows me wind chimes and how the wind sort of blows them and they make that sound. She also says the word masterpiece. She says who would have known what happened would have come to this. It's really sad, isn't it? I feel for all his victims, talking about the man that took our lives. He does have the face of a devil, evil in his eyes. He did this in one of his satanic ritual way as well, Eli. But the date was to also send a message. 13 was because it was our shitty luck, and 14th was a gift from the so-called Valentine. I hear him whisper, well, 2 for 1, and see him wipe the blood off the knife. He acts as if it was nothing, just nonchalant. He has no morals, no conscience, no soul. Neither does the guy he works with. It's sad that people can be this way. I know you see monsters all the time, and you have been in his mind. You know just how evil he is. He's been doing this for a long time and has never been caught. So many cold cases connected to him. At this time, I hear the name Megan, or sounding like. I see a man with a pulled-down hat placing flowers in the area. They look to be roses and carnation, red and white. This is the man behind it all. I'm shown a crescent moon and a skull. Looks like some sort of tattoo that someone has. I also see a black widow walking up a web. The girls show me them holding hands and skipping. All 4 of them. They are happy. They said, don't worry about us. We are okay. But we know in order to save others' lives, to help the loved ones, and also the ones fighting for us to bring closure, this case must be solved. There is a reasoning even bigger than we are. We will continue to talk to anyone that will listen. Again, we thank everyone who is putting forth the effort. Justice will be served one day. Please be patient as the puzzle pieces fall into place. Also here, the state Wyoming. And with that, we leave you for now. Till next time, hope this was of help. We know you will continue fighting the good fight with all the love in our heart. Sincerely, us. And so that's the most recent AutoWrite. And I hope I'm not putting too much crazy stuff out there. That's not my intention. I'm not trying to make rumors or anything like that. But this was something that I got. And she did seem to confirm it in the AutoWrites. And as you can see, there was more validation that came from the AutoWrites. Sorry about saying my son's name. I needed him to take out the dog, so I apologize for that. I just didn't want to redo the whole thing over. So until next time, again, I thank you for liking, watching, subscribing, and all the positive comments and everything. If you haven't joined the Psychic Sleuth group, please do so. And I will see you next time. Blessings.